Hi, I'm Tiffany Howard, and this is how to get through the loneliness. There's a difference between feeling lonely and feeling alone. We are not alone. You can go to a party or be in a group of people or even have a partner and feel lonely. And when I say we're not alone, we're not. We have nature, the trees, the sky, Mother Earth, our pets. If we have a pet, we have spirit, our Creator, the higher consciousness. We have our angels and guides and fairies and pixies and brownies and leprechauns. So we are never alone. It's the loneliness that gets most people. What is loneliness? Well, in my experience, loneliness is the byproduct of fear. It is feeling or having the belief that you don't have something that you need. What is that something? Companionship, an immersion or sharing of energy with someone else. So when we do not have that, our mind creates the thought, the feeling, the emotions of loneliness. Our mind tells us that we are lonely. And then what accompanies that? This heavy feeling, right? Maybe crying. I've done that. Getting in a little ball in the bed and just sobbing. I've done that many times. Because the path that I've taken in my life has sometimes created, or I've created, periods where it's me and my dog in spirit, and I don't have much contact with other people. And that's okay. It's all temporary. It's all relative. Sometimes I don't want contact with other people. And they may not want contact with me. But loneliness, if you can feel it in your body, you can feel that it is a chemical reaction. So the mind, our mind, tells us that we're lonely and creates thoughts of loneliness. I'm by myself. No one loves me. All that nonsense. And then we may cry. We may feel this heaviness, like a grayness, like a cloud over us. Right? We don't want to go outside. We don't want to be in the sun because the sun creates high vibration energy. It rejuvenates you. But when we are feeling lonely, and if we are feeling lonely over periods of time, it becomes a habit. Our body gets used to it. It becomes a vibration within our energy, a low vibration, that we get used to, we get attached to. So it becomes a habit, and we create it and recreate it. And then it produces other things that are not healthy for us, right? Some people may start drinking to feel that hole, that emptiness, that feeling of incompleteness, which we think we are, but we're not, really. It's the mind telling us that we're incomplete, we're not whole, that there's something wrong. When it's all right, that feeling of loneliness is a gift. It is a message that what you're truly feeling is disconnected, separated from the one mind, from God, from Source, from Spirit, from our Creator, whatever your pointer is. Loneliness is truly feeling disconnected and separated from the oneness, the whole. That's what you're feeling. You're feeling like you're not aligned with life, with the universe. And when we feel that way, we seek things outside of ourselves, hoping that those things will help us to get realigned or become aligned. Those things will fill the illusion of emptiness or not feeling complete. And those things, like I said, may be alcohol, it may be sugar, you know, sometimes it's chocolate for me, maybe salt, potato chips, right? Maybe drugs for some people. For other people, it may be totally separating yourself, not dealing with the present moment, and going to a level of consciousness that becomes so unconscious that you have to be committed to a hospital or some rehab place to get help. And people may say that you are not in your right mind. Those are some ways that happens. How loneliness can turn into something, spiral into something that's not conscious, not loving, not part of the whole. Think about it. Think about those times you have felt lonely. Think about how it feels in your body, how it brings you down, your shoulders drop, you feel heavy. You want to curl up into a little ball, you want to get back in that fetal position. As I stated, I've been there. I only teach what I've experienced. So how do you get through it? Well, first you understand what it is, and I've given you my interpretation of what it is. And there are many interpretations of what it is. You determine what it feels like for you, what it is for you. So, you have this thought that you are separated from your Creator, that you do not have something that you believe that you need. You're not feeling safe, you're not feeling love, you're not sharing love, your energy with someone else. You don't have a companion, someone to laugh with, so you feel separated, different over here, consciousness over there, when the truth is that our Creator is always with us. So what can you do? You can stop, ask yourself, are the thoughts I'm having real? Am I separate from my Creator? Is this a chemical reaction? Can I feel the changes in my body? Do I feel some heaviness? That gray feeling? Do I want to eat chocolate or salt or drink or go for drugs or whatever it is? Am I not feeling loved? If the answer is yes, 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 yes to any of those, how do you reconnect? Well, I do it in many different ways. I get still. I think about something that brings me joy and happiness, and I bring it up in my mental awareness, in my mind, and I see it, and I bring it, feel that energy in my body. Sometimes I think about my little dog, Justice, and when I look into his eyes, oh, so loving, so loving. And it connects me. Or I think about the clouds. I may even go outside and look at the sky, which is the quickest way to connect and realign to spirit. Look at the sky, look at the clouds. How beautiful they are. It reminds us that we are part of this great consciousness. I think about an event, having fun with my friends, skipping on Town Lake in Austin with my girlfriends. Sometimes I simply ask my guides and angels, or the consciousness, to connect me with consciousness. Like now. And it creates a sense of calm, and I know that I am loved and I am safe. Sometimes I simply tap on it. Tap on that feeling of loneliness. Even though I have this feeling of loneliness, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I have this feeling of loneliness, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I have this feeling of loneliness, I choose to let it go, because I know it is not who I am. I have this feeling of loneliness. I choose to let it go. I have this feeling of loneliness. I choose to let it go. I have this feeling of loneliness. I choose to let it go. I have this feeling of loneliness. I choose to let it go from my spirit, from my mind, from my body, from my emotional body, from my etheric body, from my cellular memory, from my DNA, from the energy of loneliness that I'm attached to from my ancestors, from my past lives. I choose to let it go and love myself right where I am. I let the thoughts of loneliness go. I let the vibration and frequency of loneliness go. And I love myself right where I am. So be it, and so it is. Oh, I love that feeling. I love that feeling. You can feel it in your body. You can feel the energy. transmuting. Ah. Well, if you followed along, that was tapping. And if you don't know what tapping is, you just tapped. Usually before tapping, you assess where you are. You rate the level of intensity of your feeling, your pain, the emotion from 0 to 10. One way. Another way, I just like to go in my body and like, how am I feeling? And then I tap, and then after I tap, I go back and I assess in my body, how am I feeling now? So calm and peaceful. Or you could rate it again after you tap from 0 to 10. See if you've gone down. That level of intensity, that level of discomfort has gone down. And if you're not where you want to be, do another round of tapping, or rounds of tapping like I did. We did more than one round of tapping. Drink some water because you've moved energy. Be still. Write in your journal, which is another way. If you're feeling lonely, write it down how you're feeling, because in writing it, you're releasing that energy of loneliness. Love it. I hope this has helped in some way. Remember that Spirit loves you. Remember that I love you. Remember to be gentle with yourself. Love yourself. When there's no one around to hug you, hug yourself. Take deep breaths, which is another way to release that energy of loneliness. So many different ways. Go out and connect with nature, like I said, with the sky and the clouds, or a tree or water. Do what you feel is right for you. Till next time, namaste.